Imagine this. Within the next 60 minutes, your reality could be completely transformed. I'm not talking about illusions or abstract theories. I'm talking about a real possibility. That thing you've been waiting for, whether it's better finances, a deep connection, an unexpected opportunity, even healing, doesn't have to remain on hold. It doesn't have to arrive someday. It can start right now. It's not magic. It's a decision point. A moment when you choose to stop living in waiting mode and start actively creating your reality. Today, you'll understand how that change begins within you. And if you decide to take that step, this video could be the start of something deeply transformative. If this resonates with you, support this content, subscribe to the channel and leave a comment that says, "It's mine now." Because by the end of this video, you won't just have a new perspective. You'll have a new direction. Let's begin. Too many people spend their lives waiting. They wait for the right opportunity, the right moment, the right circumstances. But what if waiting isn't necessary? What if the ability to create exactly what you want is already inside you, and all it takes is a simple shift to unlock it? It's not about waiting or wishful thinking. It's not about repeating empty affirmations while secretly doubting they'll ever work. It's something much more direct. Something that has been proven to work again and again. People who've applied this method have seen results in minutes, not months. There's a reason some people seem to effortlessly attract success, love, and financial breakthroughs, while others struggle for years without progress. It's not luck, and it's not because the universe favors some over others. It's because they understand something fundamental about how reality works. Think about it. When you place an order online for next-day delivery, you don't spend the whole day worrying whether it'll arrive. You don't doubt it, you don't question it, and you don't keep refreshing the tracking page hoping it won't disappear mysteriously. You just know it's on its way. That level of certainty is exactly what makes manifestation work. Most people struggle because they let their mind dictate the timeline. They wait and wonder when it'll happen. But that very act prevents it from arriving. Manifestation isn't about waiting, it's about knowing. It's about aligning your energy with the outcome so completely that reality has no choice but to conform. For too long, the manifestation process has been overly complicated. The truth is, it's not something you need years to master. It happens the moment you change your inner state. There is a specific way to do it, and once you apply it, things begin to move faster than ever. This is the season of transformation. No matter when you're listening to this, the time is perfect. You're not here by accident. What you desire is already looking for you, and today you're going to learn how to claim it. Your mind is like a car's GPS. Once you set a destination, the system calculates the best route and guides you step by step. It doesn't question whether you'll arrive. It just follows the coordinates. If you take a wrong turn, it recalculates and finds another way. Your mind works the same way. The moment you establish a clear intention, it starts adjusting your thoughts, actions, and perceptions to align with that outcome. The key is to trust the process and stay focused on your destination. If you believe something will take years to manifest, your mind will orchestrate everything, your thoughts, actions, and even external circumstances, to make sure it takes exactly that long. It's not about luck. It's not about effort. It's simply how your brain is programmed. Most people, without realizing it, set limits on how fast things can happen. They believe success takes years of struggle. They believe relationships take time to develop. They believe financial freedom is only achieved after decades of hard work. But those are just mental settings. Nothing more. The truth is, reality adjusts to your level of certainty. If you believe something should take years, that's how it'll be. If you believe it can happen in days, that's how it'll be. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that the brain is a record of the past, and most people operate with the same thoughts, feelings, and beliefs they've had for years. But the moment you stop replaying the past and shift into a new state of being, you create new possibilities. Quantum physics shows that all potential realities already exist. The version of you that already has what you want is real. It's just waiting for you to align with it. Think about how people recover from illness. There are cases where doctors predict a patient will need 6 months to heal, but that same patient recovers in weeks. Because healing isn't always about time, but about belief, energy, and certainty. There have been studies where people take placebo pills believing they are powerful medication, and their bodies respond as if they really took the medicine. The mind's expectation overrides physical reality. The same principle applies to manifestation. Time isn't a fixed law when it comes to creation. It's flexible, responsive. It adapts to your level of certainty. Have you ever noticed how some people manifest opportunities effortlessly? It's not because they get lucky. It's because they hold no doubts. They don't schedule their dreams for 5 years out. They decide it's happening now. And because their minds are unwavering, reality has no choice but to reorganize to match their belief. There are countless examples of people doing the impossible simply because they refuse to accept the usual timeline. Think of someone unexpectedly getting a job offer just days after deciding they're ready for a new career. Think of an athlete defying all predictions and recovering from an injury faster than anyone thought possible. Think of a person meeting the love of their life the moment they stop worrying about finding them. These things don't happen by accident. They happen by alignment. The past has no authority over the future unless you let it. The fact that something has taken years to manifest before doesn't mean it has to take years again. The only thing that determines how fast you manifest is your level of certainty. When you truly know something is happening now, not someday, not in the distant future, but now, your entire energy shifts. You step into the reality where it already exists, and it all comes down to one simple but powerful truth. The most effective manifestation tool isn't a technique, a ritual, or a set of steps. It's a state of being. It's the unwavering certainty that what you want is already done. It's not about waiting, it's not about wishing, it's about knowing. Because the moment you declare with absolute certainty, "I am sure," everything begins to align at once. When you say, "I am sure," you're doing something far more powerful than just saying words. You're locking yourself into a state of being where what you desire is no longer a possibility, it's a fact. This is the key most people overlook when it comes to manifestation. They think of their desires as something they need to chase, something that exists out there in the future. But the truth is, the only reason something seems out of reach is because people haven't fully embraced it as reality. Dr. Joe Dispenza explains that the quantum field doesn't respond to what you want, it responds to who you are. If you see yourself as someone who's waiting for things to happen, you'll continue to experience more waiting. But if you shift into the identity of someone who already has what they want, your reality will begin to reflect that new identity. The moment you reach a state of complete certainty, the moment you stop waiting and start knowing, reality adapts to that frequency. But what does certainty really feel like? Think of something in your life that you know without a shadow of a doubt, like your name, for example. If someone walked up to you right now and asked, "Are you sure that's your name?" you wouldn't hesitate, not for a second. You wouldn't need to repeat affirmations or visualize your name to make it feel more real. You just know it. That's the level of belief you need to manifest. Most people never reach that level because they leave room for doubt. They say things like, "I hope this happens," or "I really want this," but deep down they still have doubts. And that uncertainty is exactly why their manifestations take so long. The quantum field reflects your inner world. The stronger your belief, the faster reality responds. If you're only 50% sure, you'll get mixed results. If you're 100% sure, things shift instantly. Now, let's talk about why this 1-hour time frame matters so much. It's not random. It's based on how the mind works. If you say, "I want this to happen in a year," your logical mind has plenty of time to create doubts, to question if it's even possible, to analyze every reason it might fail. That mental resistance slows everything down. But 1 hour, that's short enough that your mind doesn't have time to sabotage you. You don't overthink it, you don't question it, you just expect it to happen. And that expectation is everything. Think of planting a row of crops on a farm. Once the seeds are in the ground, you don't dig them up every day to check if they're growing. You trust the process. You water them. You make sure they get sunlight. And you let nature do its work. Manifestation works the same way. The problem is most people don't trust the process. They plant the seed of their desire, but then worry, doubt, and constantly question whether it will ever sprout. That impatience interrupts growth. The key is planting your intention with full conviction, and then letting it unfold, just like a farmer trusts the seasons. The subconscious mind doesn't distinguish between imagination and reality. When you deeply believe something, your body responds as if it's already happened. Your brain releases the same chemicals, your emotions shift, and your energy aligns with that reality. That's why people who are constantly stressed and worried tend to attract more things to stress about. They live in the emotional state of their fears. But when you learn to live in the emotional state of your desires, those desires manifest effortlessly. Now, let's talk about the state of flow. Have you ever had a moment when everything seemed to click? You weren't struggling, you weren't forcing anything. Things just happened with ease. That's the state where manifestation occurs fastest. Most people either overdo it, forcing things, obsessing, trying to control every detail, or they do nothing and wait for something to change. But the secret is balance. It's about knowing what you want is already done, while staying open to how it unfolds. Imagine flying a kite. If you pull too hard on the string, trying to control every movement, the kite stalls and fights the wind. But if you find the right balance, guiding it and letting the wind carry it, it soars effortlessly. That's exactly how manifestation works. When you trust that the universe is already aligning everything for you, there's no need to force or overthink. You simply align with it, and things fall into place. This is the sweet spot between intention and release. You set your desire into motion with full certainty, and then allow the universe to carry it. And because your energy has changed, the physical world adjusts to match. Now, let's explore why this happens on a scientific level. When you're in a state of doubt or hope, your brain activates areas linked to fear and uncertainty. In reality, you're reinforcing a state of not having what you want. But when you enter full certainty, your brain shifts into a different mode. Advanced imaging studies show that when someone believes something with absolute certainty, their brain activity changes. The regions responsible for doubt and fear quiet down, and the brain starts functioning as if the desired reality is already true. And here's the truly fascinating part. This change isn't just mental, it extends to your electromagnetic field. Dr. Joe Dispenza teaches that your energetic field sends signals into the quantum realm, and the universe responds by mirroring what you're projecting. When your field is filled with doubt, hesitation, or waiting, the quantum field delivers more of that. But when your energy radiates certainty, everything in your reality begins to align with that frequency. That's why some people seem to effortlessly attract success, opportunities, and perfect timing, not because they're smarter or luckier, but because they've mastered the art of certainty. Now ask yourself, what if you applied this principle right now? Not tomorrow, not next week, but right now. What if you anchored yourself in absolute certainty that what you desire is already on its way? If you can hold that state even for an hour, you'll see things move in ways you never expected. Because the moment you stop waiting and start knowing, you become unstoppable. When you shift into complete certainty, something extraordinary happens, not just in your mindset, but across your physiology. Your brainwaves shift into a high-frequency gamma state, the same state measured in monks and master meditators after decades of practice. This isn't just theory, it's been observed scientifically. In this gamma state, your brain operates at peak efficiency, forming rapid connections, processing information at high speed, and most importantly, aligning every part of you with the outcome you desire. Think of something you know with absolute certainty, something so obvious you don't even question it. The sun rising tomorrow, gravity keeping you grounded, your name when someone asks it. When you think of these, there's no stress, no worry, no doubt. Your body doesn't tense up, your mind doesn't spin. You just know. Now imagine bringing that same level of knowing to your manifestations. Instead of waiting, instead of wishing or anxiously anticipating, you shift into a state where the outcome is inevitable. That's the key. The difference between waiting and knowing may sound subtle, but it's vast. Dr. Dispenza teaches that when you're in a state of hope, you leave room for doubt. You create two possibilities, success or failure. But when you enter a state of absolute certainty, you collapse every other possibility. The only result left is the one you've affirmed as real. That's why quantum physics shows that observation changes reality. When you hold on to a result with absolute certainty, it becomes solid in the field. And here's what happens biologically. Your nervous system moves into harmony. Your heart rate variability improves, a sign of inner balance. Your stress hormones drop, meaning you're no longer in fight or flight mode. This creates the perfect internal environment for manifestation because stress and resistance block the energy you need to attract what you want. But there's one absolutely crucial instruction. Once you declare your certainty, let it be. Don't continuously check your phone or email every 5 minutes looking for a sign. Think of ordering a next-day package. You don't refresh the tracking page every few seconds, right? Because you trust it's on its way. The same applies to manifestation. Constant checking is actually a signal of doubt, not certainty. Many people unknowingly sabotage their manifestations by obsessing over them. They say they believe, but then keep seeking evidence, which sends the message that they're not sure yet. When you truly know something is going to happen, you don't need to check or obsess. You just go about your day, fully trusting that what you've asked for is already in motion. And another key tip: keep your manifestation process secret. During this sacred hour of certainty, avoid telling others what you're manifesting. Because when you do, you expose yourself to their doubts, limiting beliefs, and energy, all of which can undermine your certainty. Even well-meaning people often project their fears into your desires. Protect your energy, protect your certainty, keep it between you and the universe. During this process, you don't have to sit in silence or meditate for a full hour. Actually, it's better if you continue your normal activities. When you really believe something is already done, you don't put your life on hold, you live, knowing it's already unfolding. Think about breathing. You don't stop and ask yourself if your next breath will come. You just know it will, and you don't even think about it. That's the level of natural certainty to aim for when manifesting. Now it's your turn. Don't wait for tomorrow. Don't wait for the perfect moment. Apply this technique today. Step into absolute certainty right now. Choose something, big or small, and claim it with unshakable confidence. And then let it go. Go about your day, knowing the universe is sorting out the details. Because once you stop questioning, once you stop waiting, once you replace hope with knowing, everything changes. Everything accelerates. Everything falls into place in ways you never imagined possible. Here's the truth. You are far more powerful than you've been led to believe. Your mind, your energy, your certainty shape your reality in ways most people can't even begin to comprehend. You're not here to struggle, to endlessly wait, or to hope for things to change one day. You're here to create. You're here to step into your power and claim the life that's already yours. So from this moment on, make a decision. No more doubt. No more hesitation. No more second-guessing. Walk through life knowing what you seek is already seeking you. Move with the confidence that everything is working in your favor. Because when you embody this level of certainty, the universe must respond. If you found this message valuable, be sure to hit like on the video and subscribe to the channel. More is coming and you won't want to miss it. Now I want to hear from you. What are you going to manifest using this technique? Declare it in the comments below. Claim it now with absolute certainty, and then watch as the universe delivers. Until next time, keep believing, keep creating, and most importantly, keep knowing. Your future is already here.